This is a special presentation of Unity Rockets football on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. Presented by RocketMotorsDetailing.com. Here is your Clubhouse Lounge Radio broadcast team, Keith Gibson and Mike Roy.
Welcome, everybody, to another season of Unity Rockets football on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. Keith Gibson here along with Mike Roy. It is our preseason show as we are at Hicks Field. It's preview night, and my partner, welcome back to the booth.
Great to be back in here, Keith. Looking forward to another great season of Unity Rockets football.
We are. We had a great season last year, playoff bound again. Coach Scott Hamilton, who will join us later on in the show, starts year number 31 here at Unity with a very successful tenure. And he's got some returning offense, some returning defensive starters who are going to play key roles. We're going to get into all that and get you set for the 2024 season as we get ready a week away from tonight. Can you believe it's already here?
You know, I'm so excited about it. I just got back, as you know, from vacation. So I've been thinking about this and thinking about this. I'm tired of talking about it, tired of hearing about it. I'm ready to watch it happen.
I am too. I'm ready for live action, and I think everybody else is too. As you know, it's had beautiful weather. The guys have had plenty of great weather to practice. It's gonna be a little warmer this week.
Sure.
Of course it is. It's week one, so it's gonna get hot. But that's, you know what? That's gonna be a good test too.
It certainly will. And the one thing you always have to worry about is, besides just, you know, does everybody know their role and such as that? The one thing you're always worrying about is just getting through that first week.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about the rest of the season. We know the history and the dedication behind Unity Rockets football here in Hicks Field. But the big thing is just learn the plays. You know, a lot of returning starters here that will help out things. But there's going to be a lot of newcomers this year, too, that's going to have to play a bigger role than they did last year for sure.
Let's talk a little bit about last year, Mike. A great season. Ended at 9-3. Ended in a loss to Mount Carmel here at home in Hicks Field, 56-46.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of points, a lot of offense, and a very special quarterback from Mount Carmel who impressed both of us that game in the playoffs. But 9-3 is nothing to be sad about. I mean, that's a great year.
You know, there's many teams that a 9-3 year would be, to some of them would be, oh my gosh, what did we just do? This team had to overcome. They overcame a lot of things. Of course, went to Bloomington Central Catholic, great team up there with a 6'7" quarterback who just decimated them from the word go up there, and then losing a heartbreaker here to St. Joseph Ogden. That was a great St. Joe team, rivalry game, always tough whether you're here or whether you're up in St. Joe, and it just. The Mount Carmel game, think about it, that was the third year in a row that they played Mount Carmel.
It is.
And Unity took care of them 2 years in a row, and Mount Carmel wasn't going to let that happen again. And it was just an offensive juggernaut coming in here. I mean, I think they rush, I think, if memory serves me correct, for almost over 500 yards.
That's correct. Yeah,
Two
most
backs
of those came from the quarterback, who was a big recruit and
yes.
a great guy. And
yes.
But, yeah, we got a new season to look forward to. We've got a lot of things to talk about. We're going to touch base with that here in just a few moments. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, hear from one of our great sponsors. That's RocketMotorsDetailing.com. Thanks to Grant and his team at Rocket Motors, because without them, we wouldn't have this presentation. They are our presenting sponsor again this year for the 2024 season. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come right back. This is a preseason show on Clubhouse Lounge Radio.
Take your car to the best detailing service around. Rocket Motors in Tolano offers packages that will leave your car looking brand new, offering wax, shampoo, and even ceramic coating. Look clean and feel good at Rocket Motors in Tolano. Go Rockets!
To our first responders, thank you. You work tirelessly to invest in our Champaign County community every day. That's why Country Financial is honored to return the favor and invest in you with a car insurance discount and service you deserve. Call your local Country Financial representative, Jordan McDaniel, at 217-352-9817 to claim your discount today.
Back here from Hicks Field, it's our 2024 Unity Rockets preseason show. Keith Gibson and Mike Roy, your Clubhouse Lounge radio broadcast team. Few ways to listen to us this year. We are streaming live on our YouTube channel. We've got it on chlradio.com, and you can listen to us right through Facebook. So multiple ways to listen to Unity Rockets games this year, Mike, and I'm proud to say that we are now all over the place. You can stream us from the car. You can stream us from the game. You can stream us wherever you want. You're going to be able to listen to the game. And here's the best part. The next morning, say you miss a little bit of the game. We're going to replay the game at 9 a.m. the next morning, and it will be right on our YouTube channel. You can listen to it any point in time.
What else could you ask for?
I did a little bit of work this offseason. Hey, I'm trying to make it easier for everybody to listen to Clubhouse Lounge Radio, which is now streaming 24/7 online at chlradio.com. So if you haven't tuned in, we hope that you do and listen to some music as well, just not Unity Rockets football. So, all right, Mike, let's get to the 2024 season. Let's talk about it. We've got a junior quarterback now in Dane Eisminger, who has came in, great sophomore season. He comes back, and he's lost some weapons, but he's also got a great running back tandem coming back.
He most certainly does. You know, threw for over 2,100 yards last year, grew up very quickly, in my opinion, played very good ball, started making good decisions, really started coming in his own, I think, game 3. That's where it's really started turning around for him. And he had so many weapons last year, not only running backs coming out of the backfield, but 4 seniors in that pretty much had 95% of the receiving yards, you know. But as you said, in the running department, Garrett Richardson. I mean, what can we say about him? He did have some injuries last year, but I think we're going to see a lot out of him this year. That's
I do
my
too.
hope.
And you remember back 2 years ago, very first game of the year, 2022, our first broadcast at Prairie Central, Matt Brown goes down. Garrett comes in, has a huge game for the Rockets, and while Matt was out, he came in and filled in nicely and did a great job. Last year, he's banged up a little bit, still came in and played very well towards the end of the season. He's healthy. He's back on the field. We're seeing him now as we're watching the preview out here on the field of the Rockets as we bring you the show tonight. He and Hinch are going to be keys to taking some of the pressure off of Dane under center.
I agree. The one thing I remember Garrett coming in, as you said, in week 1 when Matt got hurt, but if you remember when we went to St. Joe and played, he rushed for over 300 yards up there and had them for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he just the line made big holes for him. He made some great decisions, and his yards after getting past the line of scrimmage were huge.
Well,
5,
and
7,
he was a sophomore
9.
then.
Yes.
Now he's a senior. Now he has that experience, which is huge. And having 2 backs like him and Hinch in the backfield will be huge for the Rockets because Dane can hand the ball off if needs to.
Yes.
If you need to run some clock, you've got those 2 workhorses back there who are going to pick you up some yards. But you're also going to have some receivers in senior Brady Parr, 81. Brady's huge.
Yes,
Brady's
he
a
is.
big target.
Yes.
And Brady's got some great hands, and he's going to be a big target for Eiseminger out of either the slot or on the outside.
Exactly.
And you need that because it's going to open, as you know, this offense likes to run sometimes short slants and things like that to open up the field. And Brady's going to play a huge part, I think, in that this year.
Exactly. The one thing when you look at this receiving core that's coming in this year, the quick slant pass is always a great weapon for you, but it takes great blocking to make that happen. And I'm hoping that the offensive line will be able to be up to the challenge this year because we'll be inserting some new people in there. I'm looking out here, and there's some horses
size
up there.
There's some hog mollies
horses up there.
got some size up front,
Yep.
and it's key. We got some experience up front too. Protecting Dane, run block is going to be key because I think we're going to see that early in week 1 is we're going to want to establish that run.
Yes.
You know, we threw a lot last year, but this is a different team. It is every season. You lose some, you gain some, but you got to adjust. I think Coach Hamilton, 31 years here at Unity, he's had success, and that's why he adjusts to the guys he has.
Correct. And you're not a Hall of Fame coach, and you don't get inducted in there if you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
And every year, people are like, well, we lost this one or we lost that one. But you know what? They reload every year, and they come out and they do their jobs. That's the big thing. And what it comes down to is all the new people that are starting, they're going to have to step up.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big thing. You learn the offense. There's always some little wrinkles in there that we never know about. They just pop up, and all of a sudden we see a play that we haven't we haven't seen before. And speaking of Brady Parr, right there with a perfect example. I know y'all can't see this, but he had 2 defenders on him, and he just reached up over the top of him and just ripped that down. And
Yeah.
we're going to see a lot of that.
We're going to see a lot of that this year. We are. Let's move a little bit from offense to defense. I know Coach has a new scheme coming in, and from what I've heard, and I haven't been able to see it yet, we're very quick. We're not as big, but we're quick, athletic, and like to tackle and like to hit hard. And if that's anything, I like that.
Well, being a defensive guy, I like to hit people.
No way.
I
But
know
what's your rule?
Well, you've got to hit people, and you keep hitting them until the whistle blows.
Right, but we got to wrap up.
Yeah, and that's the thing. There's nothing that bothers me more than tackling, like, and I'll go back to the Bloomington Central Catholic game last year. When you've got a big, tall guy, and you're anything above the waist, not going to work. If they've got any head of steam, and he wasn't the fastest truck in a lot, but he could, when he got a head of steam on him and running, he was strong enough upper body strength wise to make some things happen, and he would just getting big chunks of yardage. So when it comes right down to it, you have to knock these guys down. You have to get them around the legs. That's where it's going to happen. And this conference is known for running and having some boys that can do the job. So we're going to have to be better at tackling, and we're going to have to put pressure on some of these quarterbacks in this league.
We're going to take a quick break here from one of our great sponsors, and then we'll come back, and we're going to welcome in our first guest of the evening, the mayor, Grant Clare.
The mayor.
We'll be right back here after these messages on Clubhouse Lounge Radio.
Football season is here, which means time is running out to get your countertops updated before the holidays. Hi, this is Matt, owner of Classic Granite Marble. Let us work with you from concept to finished product. Using state-of-the-art equipment along with decades of experience, we measure, fabricate, and install. Whether it's countertops for your kitchen, a surround for your shower or bath, or a hearth for your fireplace, we have the look you desire. Classic Granite Marble has the finest natural stone and quartz in Central Illinois. Make an appointment to see our showroom at 1901 West Springer Drive, or visit us at ClassicGraniteMarbleIL.com. Bring the classic look of stone to your home today.
Bees Trees, your local ISA certified arborist with over 10 years experience, specializing in tree removal, tree trimming, and with free estimates. Call Greg Miller of Bees Trees today at 217-260-4551.
Back here on the Clubhouse Lounge Radio preseason show at Hicks Field, preseason for Unity High School football. And I've got with me our presenting sponsor again this year. We can't thank this man enough, and a man who just exudes Rocket pride. That is the mayor, Grant Clare. And Grant, thanks for joining us here on the preseason show. I know I'm excited. I know you're even more excited.
I am.
Man, it's going to be a great year for Rocket football.
First off, thank you for having me. Thank you for asking me to be a part of Clubhouse Lounge Radio. But you're right. Rocket football's here, and best time of the year.
It is, man. It's fun. We've got a glorious evening. Hicks Field looks fantastic. What a crowd for preview night, too, where they
Unbelievable.
preview everything. And I had to park all the way down and walk, and I don't like to walk very far.
There's even people set up in the west end zone.
That's right. We got tailgates going already. It's fun. What do you see? You know, we had a great, successful year last year.
We did.
What do you see coming this year?
Energy. This junior and senior class is hungry. They got something to prove this year. Freshman class is solid. I mean, we got numbers, we got size, we got depth, we got speed. I mean, it's going to be exciting.
You've got a junior quarterback coming in with Dane.
Yep.
Who's got some experience. He's got great receivers who he's lost, but you've got so much depth with this Rockets team that somebody else just steps in, and it's so much fun to see that. This team is going to be very explosive offensively, but what I'm looking forward to is how much speed and athleticism we're going to have on defense.
Defense is going to be stiller. I mean, they switched and rotated a lot of guys from offense to defense this year, vice versa. I've came out here to a couple of practices, waiting for JFL practice to start, just watching high schools. There's a lot of speed. That defense is stacked. They got a lot of depth, like you said. I mean, you got seniors, you got juniors, you got freshmen, you got sophomore. They're 4 or 5 deep in every hole.
And that's what you want to be.
It's crazy.
And that's what she said. But anyway, we got depth, we've got speed, and as Mike always says, you got to wrap up still, you got to tackle.
Wrap up and tackle.
But if you do that, we're going to dominate a lot of games. We will, just because our offense is going to wear down defenses, and our defense is going to be able to stop offenses.
I agree, 100%.
So that's the Mayor Grant Clare. We appreciate him. We thank you, as always, for being a big supporter of Clubhouse Lounge Radio. If you are looking for a detail of people, it's back to school time, go to rocketmotorsdetailing.com. Schedule it right there. I just did mine last week. My wife was very happy, so thank you.
Perfect. As long as she's happy, that's all that matters.
If she's happy, everybody's happy, man.
And you got Smoke and Shine for lunch.
Right. I had my hush puppy. So
and a golf cart ride.
Right. I couldn't have, and a day with my daughter, so it was a great day. But no, get on there, schedule your detail, because if it's not a Rocket Motor Shine, it's just not clean. We'll be back here after this on the 2024 preseason show on Clubhouse Lounge Radio.
Inventory is back at Rick Ridings in Monticello. A quarter mile Ford, Chevy, and Ram trucks. All new Riding Chevrolet Buick is loaded with new and pre-owned Silverados, Equinoxes, Traverse, Trailblazers, Buick Enclaves, and Envisions. Riding's Chrysler, Ram, Dodge, and Jeep is also loaded with new and pre-owned inventory. Come to Rick Ridings in Monticello to shop and compare all these makes and models all in one stop. Better selection, better price, and better experience.
Thank you, Champaign County teachers. Get the car insurance discount and service you deserve. Call your local Country Financial representative, Jordan McDaniel, at 217-352-9817 to claim your discount today.
Back here from Hicksfield. Thanks, Grant, for joining us here in the booth for our preseason show. It is the Unity Rockets preseason show. We are a week away from starting the regular season. Keith Gibson, Mike Roy, your broadcast team every Friday night. And, Mike, let's talk about that schedule. We start next Friday. You and I hit the road.
Hit the road.
We're heading north. Heading to Fairbury.
Up 47, buddy. Let's go.
Yeah, we're heading to Fairbury for Prairie Central. 7 o'clock. We'll be on air at 6:50 with your pregame show, and then kickoff set for 7 o'clock. We'll bring you live action, as we said, on our YouTube channel, on chlradio.com, on Facebook. You have everywhere to watch us, or where to listen, I guess. And watch both, because it's a live video stream. So you get to listen and watch both. We'll update scores. We'll have everything ready for you, and we are excited as can be. But let's talk about the schedule. We start next week in Fairbury, week 1. Fairbury was down a little bit last year. We dominated Fairbury.
Yes, we did.
Here at home. 2 years ago, different story.
Yes.
You never know what you're going to get in week 1, though.
Right.
2 years ago, it was tight, and we got beat.
Yes.
That's a long road trip to get beat, week 1. I think with this talent, what we've got here is exceptional, and I think we're going to have a good season. But what do you expect out of week 1?
Well, it's always a feeling out process, because you've always got new players playing new positions, trying to integrate themselves with the veterans of the group. Prairie Central should have a pretty good defensive side. They had some young ones last year, and they got worked around a little bit. But I'm going to tell you, I really believe that we can go up there and pull a win out, and that glorifies all the work that you put in up to this point to get to that game and make something happen. So I'm looking forward to that.
I am too. So we're on the road week 1. Week 2, September 6th, Friday night. It's rivalry week.
Oh, boy.
We're heading to St. Joe.
Oh, boy.
Last year, it was a close game. It was tight all the way to the end. St. Joe able to pull it out. A little trickery. I know that still stings a lot of these guys, especially who played last year. And they want that revenge. Well, now you got to go on the road. 2 weeks in a row.
You got to go on the road, and just think about that. Anytime these teams play, all bets are off. I don't care how good or bad they are. All bets are off, and it's just going to be exciting. It's almost like a playoff atmosphere in week 2.
It is,
because I guarantee you it'll be full up there. Unity travels well to St. Joe. It's a short trip. They'll be up there. They'll be wrapping the field. They'll be full in the bleachers. It's going to be a good time.
It will be. Then week 3, Mike, we got first home game of the year here at home against IVC, Illinois Valley Central, the Gray Ghost.
The Gray Ghost.
It was ugly last year to the point that, and I'm just going to say this because this game's over, but I don't like to say, but officials did not handle themselves well last year. We could have had some more injuries and happened. It got a little dirty late. Yes. Was not a fan of it up there. Great facilities, though.
Yes.
I will say that. And great hospitality, but game got out of hand. Things got out of hand. It wasn't handled well. This year, I don't see much difference. they're going to have to improve a ton to be competitive.
I think the biggest problem they have up there is getting the guys to buy into the system. You know, anytime you bring in new coaches, I don't care how good your facilities are, anytime you bring in new coaching staff or try a new offense, for example, the problems you run into is getting the guys to buy into it. And I just didn't feel that last year, and the play from IBC dictated that, and we saw it, and we didn't like it. We were glad to get out of there.
Yes.
It's a long drive to Chillicothe. There is no easy way to get there.
There is not.
None.
And we always enjoy a road trip. But,
oh, heck yeah.
But you know what? We're home. It's home opener, so, it's a good one.
Yes.
Week 4 is a new foe on the schedule. Last year we had Decatur St. Teresa week 4. This year we pick up Belleville Altoff.
Perennial
powerhouse, perennial program, just like we are.
Yes.
It may be the showcase. It will be the showcase in this area on week 4, without a doubt, right here at Hicks Field. So get your popcorn ready, because I'm excited for this one, because I think you're going to have a great Unity Ball Club. You're having a great Belleville Altoff Ball Club, and we're going to be in for a dogfight.
They're like Unity. They reload every year. You know, it's not always about, you'd love to go undefeated every year, but that usually isn't feasible. But I'm going to tell you, they bring it. Kids love to play. They've got a great coaching staff, and they've got tradition up there, and tradition says that they play hard.
Week 5, back at home again.
Back home.
3 straight. I love it. 3 straight. We are Bloomington Central Catholic. The Saints come to town, and we want that revenge. And Mike, I've looked up, tried to find some news on BCC this year and see what I can find, because they had a lot of seniors last year, and they were a good ball club. We know that, but their quarterback's not there anymore. But I can't find anything. It's like the ghost.
I've been talking to my Bloomington sources up there, and it's very quiet. So there was a lot of hype about winning a state championship last year, but it just didn't pan out for them. They were close. Don't get me wrong, but I guarantee you, the players last year, the juniors and seniors this year, will remember what happened up there.
Oh yeah,
and they're going to be ready for it, and they definitely want some revenge.
Week 6, we go to make our longest road trip. Go back on the road.
Oh boy!
But it's one of my favorite road trips we take together, Mike Roy. We go to Pontiac.
We're going to Pontiac.
I mean, you know what? We get to stop at Wally's.
We're stopping at Wally's. And for all of you who haven't experienced this, Wally's is the Midwest version of Buc-ee's. It's not as big.
It's pretty good size,
but it's pretty good size, though. And if you wanted to, and nothing against any place around here, but if you wanted to sit in the bathroom and eat your beef jerky, you could sit on the floor in there, because it's that dang clean.
You're exactly right. It's a lot of fun. I love walking in there, and enjoyed my first trip. We said we got to go to Wally's. I said, what? I had no clue about it. But we go to Pontiac week 6, so we'll make sure we stop at Wally's.
Mm-hmm.
But Pontiac is another team that's just struggled the last few years, and I hate to say it like this, but I just don't see how much improvement they can make.
Well, Coach Gadberry up there, of course, he was a Unity player,
mm-hmm.
and a great small college player as well. You know, he's trying to establish.
He is.
And he wanted his players, when he come down here last year, and of course Unity won pretty handily, but he wanted the players to experience what it was all about. And what better place than Hicks Field,
Correct.
The tradition of how it all works out. And hopefully that he has been able to instill that in them and make some things happen up there and get some excitement about that program once again.
Week 7, we are back at home. So a quick, not a quick road trip. It's a
bing, bing, bing.
Yeah. We have Rantoul. The Eagles are come to town in week 7, October 11th. And, man, it was, Mike, we're free speakers, and this is the radio station to do it. It was tough to watch last year. And their numbers are down, and I feel so bad. But I saw some glimpses of things that could be good for them. It's just, I worry about the numbers again this year for Rantoul.
It's kind of like when you think about it, like Urbana, for example. You have the ability to get the numbers, but if you don't get them, you just can't go anywhere. And Rantoul was once such a proud program, and I would love to see them get back up into the status, be a 5-4 team. I'd be glad to see that, but I think, again, you've got to get the kids to buy in, and sometimes in some towns it's tough if there's other factors or other things that take over.
Yep. Week 8, we go back on the road, our last road game of the regular season. We go up to PBL, Paxton Buckley Luda. And last time we were up there, poured down rain. Remember, we both got soaking wet leaving the booth, and we were stuck in the corner, which we'll be stuck in the corner again this year.
Sure.
But we were able to get a win, too.
We were, and that's a perennial. PBL is no slouch. They're perennial. Even if they're a 5-4 playoff team, they're still a playoff team, and they always have great fans up there. They always have a really good team. You don't know what to expect up there if you're, sometimes everything gels and you have that one player or two players that really take over for them. So I'll be interested. That's going to be a good game, especially Week 8.
Right, Week 8, and they've got the running back still there who's a horse to bring down. Our defense did a very good job last year of containing him, I think, to 145, 150 yards.
150 yards,
They didn't have much else besides that.
Right.
He's still there, so our defense is going to have to step up. And by Week 8, you never know what's going to come up. So
exactly.
Week 9, then, we are back home. We end the regular season at home, hopefully on a high note against the Sages of Monticello.
Every time people talk about Unity Monticello, I mean, when we went last year, over to Monticello, we won the game over there. We played hard. Fans are passionate. They drive well. They travel well. They're going to come over here, and there's that. I'll be honest. I've got cousins that their son played on the state championship team at Monticello, and they're not afraid to tell me that each and every time. And they've got a Hall of Fame coach too, and Coach Coley Walter.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
I'm telling you, it's another one of those. Yeah, I'm glad we don't play them
early,
like week 3.
Right.
I would not want to do that.
Right, and I think it's a game that could have big implications as well as far as playoffs and things like that.
Exactly.
For possibly both sides.
Exactly. And there's a big difference between 5-4 and 6-3.
There is, and there's a big difference between 7-2 and 8-1.
Yes, sir.
I'm not saying we'll be there or what, but there's a difference there. So
yes.
It'll be interesting. That's your regular season schedule. We'll bring it to you every Friday night, starting at 6:50 with the pregame show with kickoff at 7 o'clock, and then listen to the replay anytime on our YouTube channel. So make sure you follow Clubhouse Lounge Radio on YouTube, and you'll be able to hear it live on CHLRadio.com on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will welcome in Unity Rockets head coach Scott Hamilton for an interview with us right here on the preseason show on Clubhouse Lounge Radio.
Are you in the need of a vehicle detail? Well, grab your phone and visit RocketMotorsDetailing.com. Book your appointment online today for that rocket shine. Remember, RocketMotorsDetailing.com. If it's not a rocket shine, it's just not clean.
To our first responders, thank you. You work tirelessly to invest in our Champaign County community every day. That's why Country Financial is honored to return the favor and invest in you with a car insurance discount and service you deserve. Call your local Country Financial representative, Jordan McDaniel, at 217-352-9817 to claim your discount today.
Back here on the 2024 preseason show on Clubhouse Lounge Radio, it is Unity Rockets football as we gear up for the season. And we've got with me Coach Scott Hamilton. Coach, thanks for joining us. Take a little time out of the evening before you get ready and go here with the scrimmage. Great season last year. We've got some great talent back this year. What are we looking forward to in 2024?
Yeah, I think the most we're looking forward to is getting started here and quitting banging on each other and looking forward to a trip up to Fairbury next week, and been great weather so far for camp. I know it's going to get a little warm next week, but that's okay. Get us ready for that. But a lot of experience back at some key places. Got some young guys in some areas that have done well. So I think we're at that point where it's time after a long summer and a couple weeks of training camp to kind of get against somebody and see where we're at.
You've got a junior quarterback coming back who's got an entire season of experience under his belt now and did a phenomenal job last year as a sophomore. How important is it to have Dane back under center with the experience he's got with the guys up front last year and with that receiving core, and what's he going to bring to the table now as a junior?
It'll be different for him. As a sophomore, he had a group of receivers that have played so many games for him, and he could kind of just get the ball and distribute. And now he's kind of the veteran back there that has to not only take care of his business, but he has to guide a lot of guys around and do some things. So luckily, we're pretty experienced up front. We got a lot of guys back there. And so I think that, with that combination of up front, with that combination of Dane back at the trigger, I think those receivers will come along. And, it never hurts to have Richardson back there in the backfield, too. So when things start to get bad, we just hand it him behind those big linemen and get some yards churning out as well.
It's the hog mollies up front that usually dictate how the offense works, and having the experience up front will help big time. How's it feel to start another season? This is what, year 30? Is that right?
31 here.
31.
33 altogether.
So you've done this for 33 years and never gets old, does it, Coach?
No, it never gets old. And, you get the same butterflies that you always had. And I guess whenever you stop getting that feeling, it's probably time to get out.
Well, we wish you nothing but luck here in 2024. We're excited to get the week started next Friday night up at Prairie Central in Fairbury, and the Rockets will make their way. I know the saying is trophy hunting, and I hope at the end of the year we are done and killed that big buck and have that trophy. So, Coach, thank you very much for joining us here on the preseason show on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more from Unity High School and Hicks Field.
Football season is here, which means time is running out to get your countertops updated before the holidays. Hi, this is Matt, owner of Classic Granite and Marble. Let us work with you from concept to finished product. Using state-of-the-art equipment along with decades of experience, we measure, fabricate, and install. Whether it's countertops for your kitchen, a surround for your shower or bath, or a hearth for your fireplace, we have the look you desire. Classic Granite and Marble has the finest natural stone and quartz in Central Illinois. Make an appointment to see our showroom at 1901 West Springer Drive or visit us at classicgranitemarble.il.com. Bring the classic look of stone to your home today.
Bees Trees, your local ISA certified arborist with over 10 years experience, specializing in tree removal, tree trimming, and with free estimates. Call Greg Miller of Bees Trees today at 217-260-4551.
Keith Gibson, Mike Roy, Clubhouse Lounge Radio, bringing you the 2024 preseason show as we get geared up for the Rockets football and broadcast here on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. And Mike, we just heard from Coach Hamilton. What are your takes from what he said?
I think he hit the nail on the head. I mean, he does have some experience on the offensive side, and I think, Dane having that year of experience under his belt to come back, you don't get that very often. And if they can make some holes for for Richardson, and if they can do some great pass blocking and let the receivers, get downfield, even the little five and in slants, I think we're going to be in good shape. Defensive-wise, that's going to be very interesting for me. I want to see what this defense does. I mean, lost Brock Suding, who was a handful, and, I mean, he took care of business. But we've got Langendorf back. We've got Rink back. We've got Easton back. These guys have that year of experience under their belt, plenty of tackles. They know how to do it. Tackle low, make it happen. And I think that the passion is still there for him. 33 years, I mean, you don't do it just because you're doing it. You do it because you like to do it. And I think it'll be very interesting to see. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is his last year of being athletic director here at Unity. Well, I think he's going to hand that off.
Oh, well, 31 years is a long time. We are excited. We are, and as you said, let's talk about the defense real quick. I know we've talked about it, touched a little bit. We've talked a lot about the offense. The defense is what I'm really excited to see. Defense and special teams are going to be so important this season because of what they bring to the table.
Right.
We know what the offense has. We know it's there.
Yep.
Defense, you lose a guy like Suding, who Brock was a great linebacker, but you're going to have Langendorf back, who played great at defensive end. You're going to have Easton back, who played great on the line as well. Rink in that secondary. There's a ton of talent, but they're quick. They're fast. They're athletic. It's going to be some high hits. You're going to see some great defensive play. I'm excited more almost for the defense than I am the offense to see who comes out and lays the first lick next Friday night.
Being a defensive guy, I love that. There's nothing like a good hit. I don't care if it's hot, cold, raining, doing whatever, windy, whatever. to knock somebody down on their butt, there's nothing like that as a defensive player. And that gets you pumped up, and we saw plenty of that last year. I expect to see plenty of that this year as well, because, I mean, they have a great JFL program here which feeds into this system, and they know how this all works. So it excites me that that Unity continues to have a program that in the younger years they understand the offense that's being run here and how to do things. So they're not coming in as freshmen and sophomore blind to this, and they continue to want to learn. They want to play football, and it just, you know, it's just a great feeling. I want to see these guys do things the right way. That's what I want to see.
Yep, and I think they're doing things the right way. Coach Hampton always does, and we appreciate him coming on the show tonight and kind of giving us a talk and letting us be a part of this again for Season 3.
Season 3.
Right here in Clubhouse Lounge Radio, your on-air home of Unity Rockets football. We are going to wrap it up here. We're going to take another quick break. We'll come back, wrap it up, and get you ready one final time for the 2024 season here on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. We'll be right back after this, ladies and gentlemen.
Take your car to the best detailing service around. Rockin' Motors in Tolano offers packages that will leave your car looking brand new. Offering wax, shampoo, and even ceramic coating. Look clean and feel good at Rockin' Motors in Tolano. Go Rockets!
Inventory is back at Rick Ridings in Monticello. A quarter mile of Ford, Chevy, and Ram trucks. All new Riding Chevrolet Buick is loaded with new and pre-owned Silverados, Equinoxes, Traverse, Trailblazers, Buick Enclaves, and Envisions. Riding's Chrysler, Ram, Dodge, and Jeep is also loaded with new and pre-owned inventory. Come to Rick Ridings in Monticello to shop and compare all these makes and models all in one stop. Better selection, better price, and better experience.
Take your car to the best detailing service around. Rockin' Motors in Tolano offers packages that will leave your car looking brand new. Offering wax, shampoo, and even ceramic coating. Look clean and feel good at Rockin' Motors in Tolano. Go Rockets!
Back here at Hicks Field as we wrap up the 2024 preseason shows. We get you ready for the 2024 season. Keith Gibson, Mike Roy here with you. Clubhouse Lounge Radio. We thank you for joining us tonight. Make sure you spread the word. If you are a Rockets fan, if you are a fan of Clubhouse Lounge Radio, spread the word. Let them know that we are the on-air home of Unity Rockets football every Friday night. We would appreciate that. We do have Unity Rockets 20-ounce tumblers available. Make sure you visit Clubhouse Lounge Radio. Follow us on Facebook. Follow Clubhouse 217 right there on Facebook. You can see all the great. We've got shirts. We've got tumblers available.
They
Simple,
look good.
easy. Thank you. Thank you. I'm pretty happy. I've already sold over a dozen tumblers.
Right on.
So they're keep ice for over 2 days.
Right on.
I've tried them out already.
And you've already figured that out.
I have.
There we go.
We will go on air next Friday night at 6:50 from Prairie Central.
Prairie Central.
As we open up week 1, and we'll have kickoff at 7. We'll bring the broadcast to you live right here. Once again, on our YouTube channel, on chlradio.com, and on Facebook. So you have multiple ways to listen, whether you're at home, on the road, in the car, doesn't matter. We've got you covered. At work, it doesn't matter. We got you covered. You
we
can
got you
listen to the
covered.
ball game.
Everywhere.
All right, so for my broadcast partner for the 3rd year in a row, I'm so glad you're here.
Oh, never mind. I thought he was pointing at us. So.
Nope, I think we're good. For my broadcast partner, Mike Roy, I am Keith Gibson. Keith Gibson. I can't even say my name tonight.
Can't even say your name.
It's all right. Hopefully.
You're excited.
You know what? We get the kinks worked out tonight. Ready for next week. All right. This is Mike Roy, Keith Gibson, Clubhouse Lounge Radio. We will see you next Friday night, 6:50. Pregame show, 7 o'clock kickoff for Unity Rockets football. Have a great weekend, everybody, and let's get ready to play some football.